Brian Johnson with the StockMiner.com studios, doing a quick video for you in the bloodbath that we have seen. Quick update, some of you are always curious to see my trades and how we're doing in the trading room. I've taken 1 billion trades, it seems, this week on the future side of things. Let's run through those really quick. Here it was from August 1st all the way to today. If I run a quick auto sum on this, I don't think that's going to get it all, so let's just pull this up to here and see if it'll let me pull that down to there. Should be to there. Alright, so 3,400 potential in the trading room this week. We've done very, very well. Caught a lot of those larger moves. Right here, for instance, 1259 short to 1250. Here's a big one, 1249.50 to 1234.50. 1243.75 up to 1255. That must have been that same bounce day where we went down and then right back up again. 1219 short to 1211. And I haven't even been perfect by any means. Stretch of imagination. Easily could have pulled much more out of the market than that. But this is based on one contract, potential for $3,000. A lot of people are a little more than that. I shouldn't say a lot of people. Some people are more than that. A lot of people are less than that. But consistently people are pulling, good. Couple hundred, few hundred, 500, 1,000 or so out for the week. So it should be up between about 1,000 to 1,500 for the week. For the stock side of things, I haven't done much with the stocks, to be quite honest. I'll just show you really quick here what we did this week. ABV, I think this is all of it right here. SCO, ABV, TIF, CLF, Apple, CXO, SLE. Apple I did not. This was the trade I wanted, below 385. And I got in it, and then it jumped back up on me yesterday, and then I missed the trade today. So anyway, we've still done really, really well in the trading room. I'll show you really quick on the charts where we're at with some of those. We were long SCO from 47. We've been long TLT from 97. We are long VXX from 22 was our cost average in that one. ABX, we were short from 47.90. SLE, we were short from $19.17. TIF, we've been short from $77.90. So we haven't done a lot of stock trading this week, but excellent trades, $5, $10 on a lot of these. So we're doing very, very well. If you guys haven't joined yet, you need to try it out. Try it for a day or two. If you don't like it, let me know. Cancel your subscription. I'll refund your money. No problem. But it's a fantastic community. The people are great. We have a fantastic time. You see my screen. It works just like these daily videos do, guys. You get to see my screen. You get to see what I'm doing. You watch me draw lines. You watch me give targets. I try to be very careful about giving everything super early so you have time to prepare. Sometimes that's not always possible because the futures are moving so quickly right now. But I do my best to make sure you're in and in early type thing. So give it a shot. I think you'll really like it. I'm having very good replies and responses from the people in the room themselves. All right, guys, so here in the Dow, I want you guys to think about this. Ignore the lines. I haven't even had time to update my lines. It's been so hectic, but I wanted to make sure I got a video out to you guys today on this type of stuff. So the Dow, everything bleeding, absolutely bleeding. We had lots of hammer candles on the dailies yesterday. I'll tell you what was killing me. The internals yesterday were awful. They were absolutely terrible. They in no way, shape, or form ever at any point confirmed this big blast back to the upside. Now, the candle itself, I loved. It's in the right spot. It looks right. Everything's perfect for it. But I always require confirmation. We got none of that today. None of that today. So, huge move to the downside. Nothing but bear moves. Nothing but bearishness all day long. And guess what we got today? Internal confirmation. The VIX is screaming upwards. Everything that I look at from an internal perspective confirmed every single bit of this bear move to the downside. We didn't get it yesterday. Look what happened today. We've been getting it along the way. Look what happened. Everything confirmed. So now we are still very, very extended, but I'm going to tell you what we're doing here, guys. This is a 3 of a 3. For you Elliott Wave people, this is a wave 3 of a wave 3, period. It's '08. It's the feel of '08 all over again. This isn't some sort of extended C wave. This is a wave 3 of a wave 3. Now, we're closing in on the bottom of it. That could be tomorrow, that could be next week. It's really impossible, nor should you ever try to call the bottom of a wave 3, especially something this powerful. The trend looks really good here. When the bottom, this is the point of the video, I want to make sure you guys get this. When the bottom of this particular wave is done, you will know. It won't be a little small candle up and maybe a little tiny bit of buying pressure. It's going to come in hard. It's going to come in heavy. You will absolutely know when the bottom has hit. That is your time to get in, take a little bit of a long position, and ride it. The bounce should not last one day. It should last at least 2 or 3 days, if not more. And we should get back up into some of these areas that we're at right now. 11.7 to 11.9 should be very, very achievable on a bounce. So keep that in mind. If you're scared to get in, the only way to catch it is just to get in. You just get in long and you go, okay, here we go, hoping for the best. Now maybe you don't jump in with a full position. Maybe you take half of what you normally take. But you get in and let the thing go. Then you should be able to ride it for a couple of days, but don't stand in front of this bull until you're absolutely sure. And you will know. These things are usually very obvious when they happen. One of the things to watch for is tomorrow. We're going to have job numbers. Everybody's like, oh, job numbers are going to be bad. They're going to be bad. Okay, fine. So if they're bad and we get a big gap down tomorrow, I'm a buyer. I'm looking to buy at the open. I really think that could be the capitulation bottom move, the exhaustion gap, the whatever you want to call it, the creme de la creme. Whatever you want to call it. I'd be watching for that very closely tomorrow if we do get a large gap down on these job numbers in the morning. Okay, continuing on. NASDAQ 60-minute also bleeding to death. Did much better. Guess what? I talked about this a few weeks back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The NDX made it to new highs. Most cases that means the other indices are going to make it to new highs. They just take time to follow. Off the table. Done. Gone. That ain't going to happen. This was really, really strong here, guys. So this was a moment when we did get a higher high on the NDX and non-confirmation from the other indices. The Russells was especially bad about this. It was been so weak the last month or two. We've been watching that. So we're not going to new highs. I just don't see it. I really think this thing is strong enough to hold it down. So your next level, though, to watch, guys, tomorrow, 2180. 2180 on the NDX. I'm not a big short of the NDX, but I'll tell you what I am. I'm a big long guy of the NDX. When it starts to bounce and bounce hard, it's usually the one that'll run. It'll be up, 80 points for the day while the S&P's up 30 or something like that. Now, obviously, if you're trading the futures, it's different points values there, so it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of another. But I love to play the NASDAQ long. I'd also be looking for Apple long. I'd be looking for Google long and Baidu long and all of those big dogs that have been, torn apart the last few days. When this thing starts to bounce, they'll be one of the first few stocks that start to scream upwards. You want to be a part of that when it happens. So be watching for that as well when that bounce hits. NASDAQ daily, NASDAQ weekly. Look at this. Broke the 20-week, broke the 50-week, coming back down into here. We're going to break this. I really think that's going to happen. Okay, we did not hold the 20-week. I thought maybe we could get a bounce before the end of the week. That would bring this back up and into this area. That ain't going to happen. That's going to have to be one heck of a bounce to close tomorrow's bell in or around this area. Could possibly happen, but I'm not very optimistic for that. What I'm seeing, though, is that these head and shoulder patterns that we were kind of watching, which is ugly on the NASDAQ, but very clean on the SPX and the Dow, these head and shoulder patterns on the weeklies are all coming to fruition. All looks like they've already broke. Looks like these are going to too. We'll see if we can get a close below these lines by tomorrow night. That will be of somewhat of importance coming into the weekend. SPX 60 just breaking down. We did hold the 1200 cash level today, but look, hammer candles gone. No confirmation, no nothing. Everything was short from the time we kind of started the market. Little bit of a pop and then a rollover, and it was down all day long, all the way back down into the 1200 mark. This made for some really, really, really fun trading today, to be quite honest. All of this move here has been fun. Did very well yesterday with the bounce down and the push back up. I'm looking for the same type of motion here to present itself. This little bounce and then scream back up. I'm looking for that same thing here to present itself, and when it does, I want to make sure I have me and the rest of the guys in our trading room ready for that moment when it happens. So we want to catch that bounce and ride it up, and we'll just ride it up for a couple of days. I don't mind swing trading the futures when we get the right times to do it. That would certainly be the right time when we get that bounce. Look at the VIX, way up around 31. Woo! Clearing and closing above way back here in March. You can see the fear really is coming back into the markets. You know I love it when it's above 19 or above 20. It's doing very, very well right here. Let's see where it closes. But here's one of the first push and closes we've had. Well, no, I shouldn't say closes. We haven't closed above this yet, but if we do close above it, this will be one of the first push and closes we've seen since way back here towards the middle of, 10. So you can see the fear starting to come back into the markets. Options at a premium right now for those of you trading them. Be careful, especially if the VIX drops out. You're going to see a lot of your premium lost. FAS 60-minute, of course, dropping through the floor, putting in that nice hammer candle, but once we broke this 22 area, 21 area, it was gone, baby, gone. Did not get any confirmation on the hammer. Everything looked pretty. It's in the right place, but non-confirmation killed it once again, and no internals at all helped at all yesterday with that bounce. There's no confirmation there. FAZ straight up, but I'm going to show you something on the daily. Look at this. Right back into this overhead level. Now I can cheat this line. It's not perfect. It's not drawn with a fine point pencil. So I can drag this around a little bit, kind of, tease it a little bit. I'd be watching this gray line right here. This was a hard push to the upside and into this overhead area. Eventually, I think this line wins, but that might not be tomorrow. I don't have a real entry for you. I don't like it above 60 at this point. It's too extended. If you're not already long this stock or short the markets, you're sitting around waiting. I don't recommend you try to jump in. I don't recommend you try to do anything with it unless you're futures trading or you're short-term day trading. Otherwise, if you're looking to swing trade, I would not want to be holding this thing over the weekend. Not something I would be relishing right now. You'd be very, very careful with that coming into tomorrow's trading. All right, guys, that'll do it for today. I will let you go, and I'll be back with you. I'm going to be busy this weekend, so it'll be early next week. See you then. Have a good one. Bye.